Hi guys, in this activity you're going to complete two unplugged card sorting activities to explore the meaning of processing and its relationship to problem solving. The first activity has a few constraints and is used to introduce a high-level definition of processing. The next introduces more constraints that force you to develop an algorithm that will always successfully process the cards. Now to make this work, you're going to need some cards. You can use playing cards or you can print up your own cards. I printed up my own cards here, and I'm going to show you how to do that next. The next step is to print out the paper and to cut it up. So once you print it out, this on one side, this on the other side. And cut it into squares. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I have a guest today. It is Iron Man. He's going to join me today because you need two people to play this game. Let's look at the instructions in the activity guide. The objective is to develop steps to sort a row of cards using the rules below. So the rules are, you can pick up, put down, and swap cards in any order that you wish. You show cards to a pointer. My pointer is going to be Iron Man. Without looking at them. Only one card in each hand at a time. Cards go back to the empty spots on the table. The pointer, when shown two cards, can point to the bigger card or the larger number. For a tie, point to either, if there's two numbers that are the same. No other communication is allowed. All he can do is point. Okay, I got my four cards here. I got my pointer over here. And we're ready to get started. Are you ready, Iron Man?
With all that power, you're still no match for me.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so the way you do this is you pick up the first two cards. And Iron Man points to the larger number. So which one's the larger number, Iron Man? This one over here. Okay, so I take the larger number and I put it down right like that. And then I pick up two more numbers and I pick up which one's the larger number. And he goes, the one over here. And I said, okay, Iron Man. So I switched them out and then I put them right here. Okay, so he's pointing. That's what he's doing right there. He's pointing. But then I pick up the next two. And I say, okay, Iron Man, which one is the larger number? And let me turn it over so you can see it right. Oh, let me turn it over like that. Which one is the larger number? And he says, this one right here. So I swap them. So the goal is to move the larger number to your left side and the smaller number to over here. And so once you do it, you turn them over and you see if they line up. No, they didn't line up. What did I do wrong? Let's try it again. So what do you think, Iron Man? I'm going to raise these two. Now remember, I'm not supposed to see these because I'm the sorter. So he sees them and he says, okay, this one's okay, that's the small one. So he points to this one. He doesn't say anything because he's not allowed to talk. Then we pick up two more and we see something here. Now we have this one here and this one here. This is supposed to be the small one. So he says, okay, switch. Then we go down like that. And then we go up like this. And we say, okay, do we switch? Let's see, this one's here and this one's here. So maybe not switch. Okay, keep those the same. Okay, so we're going to go again. And we pick these up here. We have this one here and this one here. So we say, okay, let's switch. That's what my pointer says. He just points to that one. And he switches. Okay, and then we pick up this one here, and this one here. We say, oh, that's okay. All right, no problem. And we pick up this one here. And we say that one there. And my pointer says, okay, turn them all over. Now we have our sorted deck here. Before we had our sorted deck, we had something that looked like this, a mess. Now, if you're thinking about it, this is the input that we're using for our process, and the output is the sorted deck. This is our output for this activity. How is this approach different from how a computer might solve it? We had bringing the numbers in, and then we had the sorting, and we had the processing. The other person, in this case, Iron Man. Say something, Iron Man.
Since our last battle, I've made some changes.
Right on, Iron Man. He's so brave. Now let's look at our activity guide again. We talked about the objectives already. Develop steps to sort a row of cards using the rules below. And we said start with 3 or 4 cards and work up to 8 cards. Switch roles frequently. Practice with the cards face up first. Test your work or even try a break from your solution. There are many possible solutions. The trick is to find yours, and I just showed you mine. So see if you can find out another one. Remember the rules. The sorter can pick up, put down, and swap cards in any order they wish. The sorter can show the cards to the pointer without looking at them. Only 1 card in each hand at a time. Cards go back into the empty spots on the table where they came from. The pointer, when shown 2 cards, can point to the bigger one. For a tie, point to either. No other communication is allowed. You can't point, you can say you can't swap, you can point. That's all you can do. Okay, so once you've developed your steps for processing cards, write the steps of your way of processing the cards in the space below. Feel free to draw pictures, number the steps, or do anything else you think would be helpful. So for example, let's see, let me use a different color here because I think it helps. How do I want, let's use this font here. Number 1, let me see, I laid 4 cards down on the table. I picked up 2 and showed Iron Man. He pointed to the higher card. We did this for all the cards and turned over after. Our first try was not successful. Put an A right there. Next time, we worked together to move the cards into position. Next time we get in the card position. At the end, we didn't flip. We resorted the cards, and we were successful. Resorted the cards. Okay. All right. So, and the next step would be to move up to 8 and do it again. So, next, after you do that, you will pick another group, and you will send your cards to. And share. Use different number of cards. Cards are in reverse order. Cards already in order. Cards are nearly in order. And see if you can find some. Iterate this part right here. Based on your tests or ideas from the other group, update your steps. Now let me read this to you. Processing is anything a computer does to turn input information into output information. Humans can process information, but usually they're making lots of assumptions or mental leaps to do it. When computers process information, they're using algorithms or a set of instructions that will always turn an input into a desired output. The steps you created above are an algorithm to sort cards. So now that you understand what an algorithm is, it is steps to make an input and output. What step of the problem-solving process do you think was most important in that activity? Remember the problem-solving process from before? What steps of the problem-solving process did you think was the most important? Why do you think that? And why would someone create an algorithm if they already know how to solve a problem by hand? That's a great question. Okay, so fill out that information, and I believe you'll be done.